Police under arrest.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to speak to an attorney and to have an attorney present during any questioning. If you do not afford a lawyer, one will be provided for you at government expense. Do you understand your rights?
Yes.
So, Mr. Wilkinson, I am investigator James E. Harvey.
Yeah? I had a bird named Harvey once. I ate it.
Yes, that's very nice. So, do you have anything to say about the abduction of little Becky?
I don't know no little Becky. The only Becky I knew was my mama, and she ain't little.
Well, we found her ribbon in the back of your Jeep.
I like pink ribbons. I was dressing up my puppets with them last week.
Mr. Wilkinson, what were you doing the night of April 2nd while Becky was at the playground?
Well, I'm the groundskeeper, so I was there doing groundskeeper stuff.
Yes, I know you're the groundskeeper, so of course you were there, but you were seen leaving in your little green Jeep with screams behind you and little children running to their mothers.
Little kids are always screaming around me because I got bad gas and stuff.
Mr. Wilkinson, Becky's ribbon, which was found in your Jeep, had Becky's fingerprints on it. We got her fingerprints from her room, and they did indeed match the ribbon, so we'd really appreciate your cooperating in this matter. Not only did we find all of this evidence concerning Becky's whereabouts, which led to us believing that she was in your Jeep, but we went on your computer in your house after the proper warrant was acquired and found the beginnings of a ransom note. What do you have to say about this?
What? I don't know how to read.
Mr. Wilkinson, I am tired of you constantly avoiding the question. Where is little Becky?
I told you I don't know any Becky. I ain't confessing to nothing.
You disgust me. I'm late for my Sabbath celebration. I'll see you in court.
Becky, there you are! Don't worry, you're safe now.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ladies and gentlemen of the grand jury, we are gathered here today to discuss the kidnapping charges against Freddie Wilkinson. The evidence presented includes the ribbon belonging to Becky, which was found in the possession of Freddie Wilkinson, and the ransom note we found on his computer, and that we found Becky in his house. Here's Officer Schwartz to present our case. When I got put on this case, I went and talked to both Becky's parents. I talked to Sophia, who was there when Becky got kidnapped. She described Freddie and told me what happened. So I went to check out the park and saw Freddie's utility vehicle, which had Becky's ribbon in it. I later tested that for fingerprint, and Becky's fingerprints were found on the ribbon. I got a search warrant for Freddie's house, an arrest warrant. At Freddie's house, I found Becky in a crawl space and then arrested Freddie. Here's a bill detailing the charges against Freddie Wilkinson.
All rise for Honorable Judge Geraldine Whittaker.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, today the prosecution will prove to you beyond a reasonable doubt that this man, Freddie Wilkinson, kidnapped little Becky Robinson to send a ransom note to her parents for money. By the end of the trial, you will see that this man committed a brutal crime and should be punished accordingly.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we came here today in order to prove that a terrible error in law has been made. I'm sure you all can agree that while we have a mostly effective justice system, sometimes errors are made. Today, the defense will prove that Freddie Wilkinson did not kidnap little Becky and is merely a victim of the law.
The prosecution calls Officer Schwartz to the stand. How do you know this is Becky's ribbon? I saw the same ribbon on her in a picture, which is how I recognized it, and later we tested it for fingerprints and found that it matched Becky's. When you first searched Freddie's storage shed, did you find anything suspicious? Yes, saved on his computer we found the beginnings of a ransom note to Becky's parents demanding money for her safe return. When you later searched Freddie's house, what did you find? Little Becky stuffed in a crawl space. Does it look like he treated her with kindness? No, she was malnutritioned and terrified.
Officer Schwartz, did you personally witness the kidnapping of Becky Robinson?
No.
Then you don't know for sure that he did it, do you?
Well, all the evidence points to him, so I have no doubt to believe that he didn't do it.
Isn't there any possibility that someone kidnapped her to frame Freddie?
I highly doubt that.
But it's possible, isn't it?
Maybe, but it's not probable.
The defense rests.
The prosecution now calls Becky to the stand. Becky, is this the man who kidnapped you?
I'm not sure. He wasn't wearing a banana suit.
Sir, could you please remove the banana?
Ah, it's him!
He kidnapped you?
Yes.
Did he hurt you?
Yeah, he didn't feed me and he put me in a really scary place.
Thank you, Becky.
You're welcome.
The defense has no questions for Becky. The defense calls Margaret Wilkinson to the stand. How do you know Freddie?
I'm his mom.
Do you think he could have committed this crime?
Oh no, Freddie's a good boy.
Are there any other problems that could have prevented him from being capable of committing the crime?
Yes, when he was a small boy, he fell off a ladder and hurt his back. He can't carry heavy things.
Thank you. The defense rests.
Mrs. Wilkinson, what does Freddie do for a living?
He's the groundskeeper.
Doesn't that include carrying many heavy objects?
Oh yes, it's hard on him, but my Freddie never complains.
The prosecution rests.
Alright, so guys, what do we think about this trial?
I think he was pretty guilty, cause, well, there was really no evidence supporting his not guiltiness.
Well, his mom seemed nice, but she seemed really dumb too, because he could still lift stuff as a garden worker and stuff.
He's guilty. I'm just pretty sure because he had like the ribbon and she was in his house and the ransom note, so he's pretty guilty.
Alright guys, so we all think he's guilty? Yeah, okay, let's go show him the verdict.
Will the defendant please rise? Freddie Wilkinson, the court finds you guilty of kidnapping. I hereby sentence you to 25 years in prison. Court dismissed.
No.